Hi everyone, it's the Lone Wolf once again. Welcome back to the show. In today's video I thought I'd discuss the importance of mentors and mentorship with relation to personal development and self-actualization, using some examples from my own life but also more well-known instances from the wider world. I always remember there was a video by Truth Over Everything from years back, about 6 years ago, on Mike Tyson and Cus D'Amato and their relationship. I strongly urge you to check out videos on YouTube. I'll probably include some in the description below about the relationship between Mike and Cus, and I think it's from a documentary about Mike's life, which is excellent. It really is excellent. So I'll include that in the description box. First, I'd like to start off by stressing the importance of having a mentor in your life if you truly have purpose, ambition, and drive to succeed. A mentor in this initial, more personal sense can take the form of a learned colleague at work, an academic at university, for example, your dissertation or PhD supervisors. It might be a sports coach, an influential figure in your life. There are a number of situations that apply. Generally, though, one could refer to a mentor as someone that has followed a similar career path to the one you desire and is willing to provide guidance and support to you along the way. For example, let's say you start out in a manufacturing and logistics job, as I did, straight from school. You go in there and you're totally green, you know absolutely nothing about the task or duties that you need to perform. And it's key that if you want to move forward and become a valuable addition to the workforce, a mentor or guide is going to be absolutely paramount. I was fortunate in this regard as the distribution planner took me under his wing as the new kid on the block. I was by far the youngest in the office. I was about 18 at the time and just started off making cups of tea. It taught me all about the job, aspects of life in general, allowed me to shadow them around, as it were, for the best part of 3 years until the time came for me to move on. There are other individuals who provided guidance as well that I perhaps spent more time with overall, but I would not have called them mentors. A mentor should be someone that you can relate to who has walked the same path and forms a unique connection, almost like a student-teacher relationship. When I moved into academia and completely changed my life around, a topic to be discussed in another video, I was fortunate to have well-respected practitioners and lecturers in the field, as well as supervisors for my projects. So in their roles, they provided me with guidance and advice to achieve my objectives. For example, my undergraduate degree supervisor provided support in choosing the university for my master's degree, and then 3 years after that was finished, I actually worked at that university as a researcher. Again, I will elaborate on these experiences at a later time. When I moved into academia and completely changed my life around, a topic to be discussed in another video, I was fortunate to have well-respected practitioners and lecturers in the field as my supervisors. In their roles, they provided me with guidance and advice to achieve my career objectives. For example, my undergraduate degree supervisor provided support in choosing the university for my master's degree, and then 3 years after that was finished, I actually worked at the university for a bit as a lecturer and researcher. Again, I'll probably elaborate on these experiences at a later date. I was well supported by known researchers in the field, and I did strive to emulate them in my own way by working hard, grafting towards improving skills, knowledge and experience. I'm sure that many of you with sporting interests will also be able to relate to the following example. In my late teens, I got into the sport of cricket, which was very late on, and decided to join a club. I was so passionate about bowling. For those of you listening from across the Atlantic and elsewhere, you can check out the sport if you aren't familiar, but I suppose it would be similar to baseball pitching. And I was absolutely garbage to begin with. I was terrible because I didn't have that fundamental base that you get when you're a child and you just play sports generally. I attended the net sessions and everyone was so much better than me back then. Not to mention I went in without knowing anybody else. It was a completely new club, so I was brand new. I couldn't even get a bowl in matches, and I was getting frustrated and miserable with my lack of improvement because I was placing very high demands on myself. Fortunately, a high-level coach from the local county setup was also our resident coach at the club, and he offered to provide one-to-one coaching for me, and he didn't have to do that. We would meet up throughout the winter months and have net sessions, breaking down my technique, doing drills, and really working hard towards developing and getting some degree of success. And by the time the next season came, which was around, I think it was 2009. I was a brand new bowler and had a lot more confidence. I was a lot fitter. And I also knocked over some high value wickets in the pre-season nets and generated a bit of buzz around the club. That season I bowled well enough to be included in the county averages of the top 10 bowlers in the division. And to this day I still keep the league statistics book as a reminder of that improvement and that commitment. This is bearing in mind that for the 2 previous seasons I could not get a game, whereas in 2008-09 I played every game and topped the averages. This showed me the power of what true mentorship and teamwork can achieve within a sporting setting. If you have a committed student and a knowledgeable teacher, it shows exactly what can be done. I'm sure you have your own examples of this from your own sporting interests or hobbies. I've made a list of some fine examples of mentorship from both real and fictional characters across a number of genres. Sure, if you think about Star Wars, you can think of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, as well as Luke Skywalker. Obviously the one with Anakin didn't turn out so well. Customato Mike Tyson, as I've said. Got Dr. Dre and Eminem. Going back to antiquity, you have Socrates to Plato, Plato to Aristotle, all legendary Greek philosophers. Reg Park to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Joseph Haydn mentored Mozart and Beethoven, legendary classical composers. Jesse Pinkman and Walter White, although this does sour. Of course, Morpheus and Neo in The Matrix, RP. Gordon Gekko and Bud Fox in Wall Street, again that sours because of their insider trading. Charlie Sheen again in Platoon, Sergeant Barnes and Sergeant Elias, kind of like a good and evil, pulling Chris in each direction. Going back to the sport of cricket, Terry Jenner and Shane Warne, Australian spin bowlers. Rugby, Johnny Wilkinson, his mentor Steve Black, who was a fitness expert who got Johnny into shape, but also was a life mentor to him as well. So you can see that there are a number of great examples of mentorship, and the innumerable benefits of being a mentee are clear as day. However, if you don't have access to mentors, you needn't worry, as the tools are available to truly obtain that guidance in the absence of a personal relationship or friendship. With YouTube, you have potentially millions of mentors out there just waiting to be listened to and learned from. From a lone wolf perspective, one is blessed with a whole host of superb mentors online, such as Sandman, Stardust, Barbarossa, Spetsnaz, Human, all of those legacy creators in the space. You also have the newer ones like Better Bachelor, who's done tremendously well. Whatever field you aspire to move into and truly make your own, the resources are there to obtain mentorship and guidance in whatever field of endeavour that you can think of. Another way of obtaining high quality mentorship is through reading books, of course, although it has to be the optimum kind of books. Many texts are out there just waiting to teach you, and a lot of them are written in such an instructional way that they function as a mentor in and of themselves. In other words, you could have loads of great mentors just sat on your bookshelf waiting to help you. To conclude, I would strongly urge you to find your passion, ambition and drive, and then go about finding the best people who have achieved success to make your goals a reality. Whether in person, on film, YouTube, print or audio, get out there and find some great mentorship to truly help you achieve your dreams. And in this way, you can make use of mentors, alive or dead, past and present, and really use them to help drive towards your goals and objectives. I'd love to hear your comments on this. Perhaps you have your own examples of mentorship. You can talk about those below. Like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you next time.